Hello, family. Today I'm going to make ahead frozen burritos because I love frozen burritos. I used to buy them in the store all the time, but I really don't know what's in them. So I'm going to make my own to put in the freezer so I can just pop it in the microwave when I want a frozen burrito. So come join me. I'm going to start by cooking up some hamburger. Still kind of frozen, but I'm going to have to put hamburger on my list again. Because I always like having hamburger available just for, it's not, I'm not too far. If I take the bypass highway, I'm only about 15 minutes from Walmart, but, once you go to town, you want to do kind of like everything in town, is the kind of thing. So I don't go there very often, maybe once every 2 weeks. And then I stop at Costco and get my hamburger and garbage bags, and I buy that bulk laundry soap and all that stuff. Then I don't have to, toilet paper, paper towel. I don't have to do that very often. I don't go to Costco that often. Because, every time you go into Costco, you can easily spend way too much money. So I don't do it very often. They used to sell apple turnovers, and I love those apple turnovers, but I have not been able to find them for a long time. So no one but Costco makes them like that. They're good. I could make them homemade, and I have done that years ago. I used to make them homemade, but it's an all-day process because you have to layer it, layer the dough with butter and then let it refrigerate it for a while, then do another layer, and yeah, it takes all day, but it is good. I remember as a kid when my dad was around, he would take me downtown to the bakery and buy me an apple turnover, or I don't know what they're called now, but when I was little they were called elephant ears. And I can remember my dad giving me one of those too. It was like I was so small that I could barely see over the counter. But I remember that. Those were good days when my dad was around. Okay, I'm just kind of making this, I want to make this small pieces here. I'm just getting the filling going here. We're going to let that cook a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try to get it as small as I can in pieces here. At least now I know what I'm eating. I don't cook every day. With just two of us, I'll cook a meal and that'll last us for 3 days, depending on how much I send home with my friend. And most of the time, I just will eat a salad for supper. I'll throw some like black beans in there or whatever. I love having beans in my salad. I'm trying to get it the big clumps, I know I've had comments where people are, why are you using a metal spoon or a metal utensil? But this is my favorite fork for doing this, so I can't seem to get away from using it. And with these cast iron pans, they're pretty much indestructible. I've had these for years. Whoops. Not an earthquake. We don't have earthquakes here in Minnesota. Although we did. I take that back. In 1976, I believe it was, we had one. I think I was 75 or 76. I was at my girlfriend's house, stayed overnight, and we woke up to this shaking, and the light was above the bed was shaking, and then we had heard that there was a small earthquake. So yeah, we do have earthquakes. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, okay, first I opened up a can of refried beans. And I did have some, from the last time I made tacos, I froze the leftover filling. So I'm going to add that. Okay. I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to add some taco seasoning. I like it really strong. Oops. I'm going to add some another can of refried beans. Oops. Well, the mix that I had in the freezer, the extra filling that I just put in there, that had refried beans in it too. So I would have made my own, but I really didn't have time this week. Had took a lot of trainings this week at work, so I was busy learning. I took a 5-part training in deaf and hard of hearing, because the counselor I work for specializes in that. So we do a lot of finding interpreters and stuff for our clients. But yeah, so I took that training, and my husband also has issues with that. He does have hearing aids, but I don't know. Autism is funny because it's not. I mean, it's not funny, but it's it's difficult because they have sensory issues, and his hearing aids really bother him to wear. So he really doesn't wear them. So you have to basically talk a little louder, and his TV is always really loud. But he also is really good at reading lips. So, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I took that training, and I did some other trainings. I like to learn. I like to learn as much. I'm sorry. I did it again. I got this, my husband did weight down my tripod for me. Put weights on it, so it's not going to tip over on me anymore. I'm going to add some green chilies. I like them spicy, so I'm adding the whole can. Nobody but me are going to eat these, so I do like spicy. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Just a little bit, not too much. I also want to add, I'm going to add a little bit of salsa. It's, I think it's mild, yeah. Medium, all right. I'm going to add some cheddar cheese to this, because I'm going to basically have cheese, and so we're going to melt that all together here. Turn it down. I just want to get this melted in here. I could actually turn it off right now. Just let that melt. Okay, I've got my filling done. So I'm going to let that cool before we go on the next step. Okay, we're on to the next step here. I got my tortilla shells. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to microwave it for a couple seconds. Okay, I just did it for like 10 seconds. Now I'm going to fill them. I'll put the stuff in the center. Tuck in the sides. I'm going to flip this over like this and fold them up like this. Now, next step. Okay, I folded one more. Now I'm going to lay it on here, seam side down. I just want to crisp it up a little bit here on the edge, just to kind of seal it. And that should work. We're going to take a peek at it. Not quite ready yet. My pan wasn't hot enough yet. See, we got a little crispy on there. Okay, that's all we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place some seam side down on the pan here. Hot. Okay. Now we're going to do a few more here. I put these in the microwave. Fold them. Tuck them. Tuck them. And roll them. And then I'm going to set them right there. Oops. And that way you can have as much filling as you want to, because you don't get much filling in those ones that you buy. Okay. See, isn't this fun? Now when I want one, I can just pop it out of the freezer. Just tuck and roll. All right. I gotta go over here and we gotta fry these up. I was kind of excited about this. I was like, why didn't I think of this sooner? I have no idea why I didn't think of this sooner. Give them a roll. It kind of helps seal them up like that, see? And I got 8 of them to go in the freezer, so that's pretty good. Here we go. Oops, gotta keep your eye on it. Oops. Can actually turn that off now because it's hot enough. It'll still crisp up. And here we go. We got 8 of them to go into the freezer. See? As soon as they cool down just a little bit more from the pan, I will put them in the freezer and then I can just take one out, pop it in the microwave. Thanks for joining me today. And you can do this too, and then you know what's in your burritos. I'll see you next time with something different. And remember, stay busy and serve others. Bye for now.